Hey, it's Wrestling Hero Figs. New look, so it's time to get updated. And what's it all going to take within this video? Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened, right? First of all, we're going to cover the prior, we're going to cover during, and the after effects of what it all took to get the build in right here with Mr. Fiend. Now, formula, as you already can tell, part of it is already coming off the Ultimate Edition. Or, if you want the regular Elite, this is going to work out either way because the pants, they are very much identical. And once we do repaint it, you're going to get a good idea of what it should look like. So again, drop a like. I know a lot of you have been requesting this, so it's time we serve it up right there to the fam. And I know the gauntlets, you guys are probably starting to question it, like, dude, what is going on? Like, what the hell is Kane doing with the Fiend? Well, I'll tell you what they were doing, right? They were hanging out, they were chilling in the kitchen. They said, you got some paint, we got some glue, we got a brush, we got all the tools, and that's how it's going to play out, you guys. So apart from the regular Elite Fiend or Ultimate Edition, you can utilize either of those. And then the boots, I got creative, man. Some of the images that have been put out so far, I noticed that the boots, they just kind of blend in real well with the pants. So I think once that's all painted up, it's really going to tie in as to what's going on. Now for the elbow pads, I don't know, man. I'm still kind of on the fence because he had some strange looking ones. So as far as like a repaint, that is definitely going to have to occur at one point. Like for example, you're going to have to do the white outline, definitely starting out on the bottom and the top on both of the knee pads. You're going to stand Fiend? No, not today, bro. You're doing a video, so let's show them. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of white going on right here on the elbow pads. And then for the rest right here, for the gauntlets, I'm going to add more to it coming down so that way it starts from down here and then it carries all the way up. Because that's one thing, that's another big thing that I noticed about the style of gauntlets. They were sitting pretty high up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The elbow pads, I had to go with Jax. I think that's going to be the most suiting. I think the regular Mattel ones, they really didn't reflect like kind of how you're seeing all the crest and line work on the ones that you're seeing right here from Jax. So once that gets the repaint, and as far as the Bray Wyatt figure, early Bray Wyatt, I mean, this is an old custom that I used to have in the bin, so it's really not going to matter. And then the scan, it's definitely going to require a lot of repaint, touch-up to get it as to what it should be looking like. That being said, you guys, now that you've seen the Illuminati, ooh, yeah, that's what the Fiend's doing, right? We're dropping the Firefly Funhouse, except not today, because people came over here to see the updated look. So I say we get it, boys. Just like that, Mattel dropping a fresh sample of the brand new updated Fiend. And I know I got some paint, man. We got a little bit of white. We got some black. We got brown. We got all kinds of colors mixed in. But that's the thing, you guys. That's what it ultimately took in order to complete this figure. About 4 or 5 hours later, it is here, and it is upon completion. And I figured we'd get it all mocked up for you. And I think this actually works out. I think the belt might be updated as well. What we see here in the future with the interchangeable parts. Obviously, we can't do the damn hands, you guys. If you don't mind me, Alexa, I'm just going to pull you ahead to the side along with Mr. Randy Orton, and then we can talk about you a little bit more once we get through this, you guys. So check this out, right? We have the Fiend, yeah, and it is all completed. She can't stay up, but she's got it, man. She's got to be right there in the spot that every single fan in the WHF universe wants to be. Drop a like if that's true. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get into this. So we have the Ultimate Edition Fiend. Obviously, the packaging, it's going based off the last figure, right? So we can't get you any in-depth review with that. But once he comes out, then you'll see what's going on with the Fiend himself. The Yowie Wowie, no longer, except the rebirth. It is right here, right now. So I'm going to pull him out of the package for you so you guys can get a close inspection of what is here to come. Check it out, my buddies, my ladies, my friends. And that backdrop, man, it just keeps on dropping. But that's all good because you guys came here for the re-change, the re-update, and what needed to happen right after Vince McMahon trashed the character. And that's the best way to put it, dude. He was going absolutely nowhere after the whole Goldberg incident. They had tried, but I think this look right here, it should help out the man. And if it don't, then honestly, the man ain't got no hope. But yes, let's talk about what went down. If you guys remember the gauntlets, I told you that I wasn't planning on keeping them like that. I wanted to add to it, which I did. I actually incorporated a little bit more down here at the bottom so we can get the high rise all leveled up right here. And the elbow pads too. I knew these were going to work out really well, mainly due to having that whole scringy dungeon look. The other thing that I wanted to add too, if you look up top, it's got a lot of like tears and rips just the way that he had it. And I'm not sure what was on the left shoulder, but on the promo for the Wrestlemania, you could tell that this right here, this was all torn up. So it was like re-bandaged, right? The guy was burnt. So what they do, they said, hold on, you need to go to the hospital. You need to come back to WHF recovery surgery mode, get them all turned up, and it is. I am digging this. I think this is really working out real well with the gloves, as well as the mixture of the top. Now, here's the thing, right? If you guys saw prior in the beginning how it was all just one piece, this was actually based off the Bray Wyatt, and I really dug that, mainly due to already having the sculpting for the actual vest itself. So once that was already founded, I went ahead, we did the front piece to give it that centered look. Now, the one thing I will say is that for the actual gloves themselves, I did notice that on the left hand, he had the old style, the hurt, the heel, but it was mainly all burnt off. So I'm not 100% positive he had it on the right, but I definitely see a partial rip. So I'm going to go ahead and add that later on here. But I just wanted to present this to you, man. Like when you get something put together. Oh, for the scan, I want to talk about the scan real quick too. Another thing that did require, you guys remember the old Bray Wyatt scan, the one that we showed in the beginning of the video? You could tell that a lot of it wasn't there. So obviously it required some additional work right here within the actual face structure of it all. And then I mixed in the colors with primarily the color being like a dark red mixed in with black for around the eye. And then on the right side, I gave him the center dot, because that's another big thing too, is like on the right eye, looks like the complete eye was taken out. Kind of like what they did with Kane back in old Attitude Era. They brought that right here within the Fiend, and then the teeth, we kept that. We had a little bit more white and had to mix in a lot of red surrounding the whole freaking thing. Obviously the hair too, it needed to be shaved down, because if you guys did remember, a lot of that was all burnt off. So it looks like most of the effects definitely occurred on the left side, and I think that's got a lot to do right there with the gloves, because if one of them is talking about hurt and then the other one is talking about heel, I think that's got definitely some representation. That being said, let's go ahead and have it, man. All right, WWE Fastlane. If you guys stay tuned to the actual end of it all, this is what happened, right? Randy Orton, he was flat on the mat. We had the Fiend, we had Alexa Bliss, we had all three of them just chilling, man. What did they do? Mama Rosita, what are you doing? Oh, come on, man. How are you going to be doing this, man? Again, drop a like. If you guys have been coming over here, or if you guys are stopping by for the first time, come hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you ladies and the Fiend, and of course Alexa Bliss on the next one.